Okay.
Assalamualaikum and a very good evening. My name is Muhammad Nafiuddin bin Senen from Mechanical Engineering Technology student. We study at University Technical Malaysia Melaka, UTM, and this is my team members, Kamini Ravichandran, Syafiq Romli,
Okay.
Muhammad Akimi Abdul Razak, and Aisyah Akram. Okay, sir. The purpose of this interview is to understand how engineers implement code of ethic, code of ethic in working environment.
Okay.
Okay, firstly, sir, appreciate if you can introduce yourself and what is your day-to-day job looks like.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum to fellow Muslim brothers and good evening to Namaste. Okay. So my name is Muhammad Hafizi bin Muhammad. So currently I working at Unseng, Sinabahat. Okay. The industry is producing glove, which is right now just like all the national just like the glove. So we are the competitor just like them lah. So we produce the nitra and the tag glove. So my position at Unseng is maintenance executive or also as engineer there. So total experience around 4 years. So I joined this company around 1 year and 2 months like that lah. Okay. So if you're asking me regarding the daily daily basis job, daily routine. So for this current position, I can say I don't have any specific tasks that I need to do daily. Okay, because uh, my job is very versatile. So normally I receive a different task every day. Sometimes people ask me to advise something. People ask me to provide the drawing. People ask me to measure something. So people ask me to troubleshoot the line. So also my superior asking me to prepare the documentation. So all also of that lah. So I cannot say my daily task is doing the report every day. No, it's not the same. Sometimes yes, I have to do the report based on, let's say we have the modification. So we need to do the I need to prepare the report lah. So is it answering the question?
Okay, sir. For the next question, I pass to the Aisyah Akram.
Assalamualaikum sir. I am Aisyah Akram. So
Okay.
the first things, as we learn OSHA, we learn that five code of ethic, which is integrity, objectivity, professional competence, confidentiality, and professional behavior. From this code of ethic on your experience, how integrity apply to your job scope?
Okay. Good question. So as actually I graduated at 2017. So I think it's a first year program, right? Genetic. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So I did some research regarding this genetic. So basically the genre is the morality, right? The morality when practice engineering. So when you're asking integrity, so in engineering work, so I can give an example lah. So last time before I joined this company, my position is a project engineer. So my job scope of work, I need to deliver the project, which is fabricate the DP line for the glove, mean the DP machine for producing the glove to the customer. So when I receiving all the information from my company, I mean what's the given quotation go to customer. So what we need to include, what we need to exclude. So I need to ensure everything that should include, I must include, I must fulfill. So I cannot simply because we are running out of time, we are because we are behind the schedule. So we cannot skip something that it should given to the customer lah. So we should give. And another example, let's say your subcontractor, okay. So when they are performing the job, so you need to supervise them. So you need to validate the job. So you cannot do that. That's like because you be friend with someone in that company, so you cannot just pass it. It's wrong because job is job. So relationship is relationship. So need to differentiate between that. So is it answer the question? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So, the next one, usually every company they have their own KPI for the employer. So, in your experience, how you achieve this KPI target by following the ethics as engineer?
Okay. KPI. So luckily I prepare some of the sample of the KPI, which is the performance evaluation. So I can mention here, they have around nine copy of the rubric rubric that you can that you need to follow in order your superior we evaluate you. Okay, and I think this is should all the student thinking because I give for example lah, because let's say when you are taking any course, let's say engineering course. So actually, in the beginning of the course, the usually lecturer giving some rubric, right? They're giving some what you need to achieve. So for the format evaluation, I can read it down. So number one is the volume of work, how much output you can give to the company. So second is delivery result. Is it your result is good? Is it the your result is how is it your works? Is it quality? So the job knowledge, is it you know what you do? Because some of the people they just do what they are be asked to do, but they didn't know. So you need to know what you do. And dependability. So in the real world, you cannot just simply expecting people will go to sit with you. Hey, you do like this, you do this. No, it's never like that. Because the company pay you the money, so you need to do the work for them. So you need to be dependent. Okay. And the fifth one is the initiative. So I just like to quote this phrase. A manager should not be like just see. Okay, so when they see something is wrong, then take action. So this one of the evaluation of how they perform, how they evaluate performance. And next is a teamwork. How do you perform the job with your team? So how you segregate your tasks. Okay, is it you can work with others? So the seven is the creativity. How creative, how creative you try to set up a new better way to solve the problem. Because because company pay you to solve the problem, not asking them, not asking them how to solve. So we need to give them the solution. Okay, and communication. So this is very important because most of the time because when something miscommunication, it can be a lot of problem after that. Okay, so you need to have communicate well with all the levels, whether with the manager, whether with your supervisor, whether with your operator. So you need, when you give tasks for the operator, you need to give the right instruction lah. So when you receiving the task, you need to do the right thing. Okay. And the last is the safety, personal hygiene lah. So is it your work is a safe to work? Is it clean up? So regarding with your question, which you're asking about the keep how the how to be creative, right? Am I right? So to be creative, I can say you need to have some initiative, have you do some research, and think how the best way to solve the problem. Okay, so as an engineer, you are a problem solver. You are not the boss man. You are not just boss. We have the problem. Not just like that. Boss, we have the problem, and I have think some other way to solve the problem. So you think, is it okay? So if your attitude is like this, so you will shine uh, more faster lah than others. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. For the next question, I will pass to my mate, Hakimi.
Okay, hello sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. My name is Hakimi.
Okay.
First, I want to ask you about how being professional help in engineer to perform in your career, and what do you emphasize to discipline yourself towards a more ethical?
Toward a more ethical.
Yes sir.
Okay. So professional to be more ethical. Okay. First thing first, as an engineer, you need to keep a good record. Okay. Because I can say when you do something without black and white, without have some of the record, some of the result, so it will trouble you later. Okay. And for example, I take for example, let's say, okay, just like you are a project engineer. Okay, you are a good project engineer. So every day you do a report. Every day you take a picture, go to the site, uh, do the progress report, and send to the management lah. Okay. So let's say some of the day there's an unlucky day, accident happen. So accident happen or something bad happen lah. So let's say if someone if someone try to blame on your side, and if you don't have any proof, any something or record, so you become trouble and your company also become trouble. So that is why, as an engineer, your main duty is to protect the company interest. Okay, you need to protect the company property. You need to protect. So let's say something happen, you need to investigate. You need to prepare a record, and you have to do some. I mean the picture or video lah. So need to have some proof. So that is why uh, I can say people will say, oh, engineer they don't know anything. Yeah, maybe the worker they know how to use the welding machine, they know how to hammer, but we as engineer we use the pen, we use the brain, we use how to solve the problem. So our job is not using the hand to use the hammer or to use the welding machine. Our job is use the pen to use our brain to to solve the problem. Okay, so let's say if something happen, so that record, that report will help you to protect the company lah. So is that answer the question?
Yes sir. Uh, for my next question, I want to ask. We know that everything have their challenges. So, what are the challenges that you are facing in order to apply the code of ethic in your job?
Okay, good question. I can say cost, because in engineering, yeah, you can do some fanciest way you can solve all sort of problem. I can say, okay, my boss asked me, oh, it's easy, I had this problem. So you can propose to me the solution. I say, okay, I thinking something. Oh, I investigate what's the root cause, what is where enter so much. So I try to solve with my idea lah, with my experience also. So that's how I update something on the mechanical side. But it requires a cost. So for the small company, normally they want to play safe. So normally we can propose to them, okay, I think this is a stage one upgrade. So it may be less cost less, and it's a fully upgrade. So with this current design, you should have no problem at all. I can guarantee around 1, 2 years, 3 years, you should have no problem on with the design, with this mechanical design. So maybe company want to decide, oh, this is too much, this is too cost, so I need to cut the cost. So maybe they just prefer the stage one upgrade. So so for the challenge, we want to propose something in our understanding, in our engineering way. Sometimes it's take more money lah. So and small company normally they try to solve problem with the easiest way, with the less cost lah. I can say like that lah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Next, I will pass to Shafiq.
Okay, thank you, Hakimi. Hi, Sir Hafizi. My name is
Alright.
Muhammad Shafiq. Are you clear, sir? Are you hear
Yes,
me?
loud and clear.
Okay, for my question, your opinion on the prescribed engineer procedure is still relevant for use in modern time and high technology.
Okay, prescribed engineer procedure. Actually, I never heard this term. Okay, never heard of this term in within my career. Never heard of this term. But what I can comment here is actually when you perform a job, perform a task, they have a sort of uh, words, word instruction or procedure. So, for example, when you need to operate the machine, so actually the company with the good company, they have the ISO one. They have stated the procedure what you should do. Okay, so if you can explain to me what is actually the meaning of the prescribed engineering procedure, maybe I can elaborate more lah. But what I can say, normally in engineering practice, we have sort of a good procedure that we need to follow lah.
Okay, thank you, sir. For my second question, how you
Mhm.
facing the problem of disagreement and what are you plan in forming a good team to ensure that a job runs smoothly and successfully, sir?
Disagreement. Yeah, disagreement happen everywhere. So sometimes you have your own idea and other party have your idea. But as an engineer, we are trying to serve the user, the end user. Okay, for example, as my position as a maintenance leader of the engineer. So, for example, okay, the end user, okay, the management give me the project to handle. Okay, they ask me to design the chemical store. Okay, chemical store to store the chemical. Okay, and then so as an engineer, you need to you need to do something lah, because company don't want to they want to, okay, they give the something, okay, I want this area, so you please design to me. Okay, you propose something and give to them. So like say, oh, they agree with your design. Okay, and then, oh, they want like this, they want like this. So as a responsible person, you need to advise them based on your knowledge. Okay, why I do this design, because they say, why I do this so high, because on that road they have some container, so we need to pass so the height should be high enough to pass the container, for example. Or maybe they understand, okay, they can accept lah. So if you have disagreement, first of all, put all the you give all your point, give all the reasoning. So that's why you need to be prepared. You just cannot simply design. You just simply give the idea. You need to think why you give the design at first. You need to do something, and maybe the end user and the requester, they have their own reason, because they know, because they are going to use, not you. So have a proper discussion. So get the final conclusion. And my very fine advice: get in black white. Okay, you confirm like this, design. So if anything after the project is done, if the user, oh, I not satisfied with me, I want to change. Hey, you already signed You already approved this one, no? So this is a trick. This is your sign, you already approved, Don't forget, Okay? So remember, be prepared the bullet with yourself. One day, maybe someone wants to put the blame, so you have something to defend yourself. Okay?
Thank you, sir, for the clear answer. Now I pass to Kamini to continue. Thank you.
Hi, sir. Good evening.
Alright.
My name is Kami, and my question would be: can you give some advice in becoming a good engineer?
Okay, my favorite question. Okay, first of all, I just wanted to comment as a general lah. It's not applicable to all, but I see the trend uh, in nowadays lah, especially for the fresh graduate or for the fresh engineer lah. So as I explained last my previous company, so some of the new engineers they still have the school feed. I know maybe on the university the lecturer give you everything. Hey, you do this. You're already receiving. Okay, you just do. But in the real life, just I mentioned uh, before, the company pay you to do the work, not pay you just to be a postman. Yes, boss. Okay. So as a position of engineer, you need to be strong. So my first advice is never take for granted the knowledge that you have learned in your university. Yeah. So now it's still a first year, right? So later on you go to the more detailed one. So be focused, uh, learning with your heart. Don't just simply okay. Then you want to just simply want to pass the exam. Okay, I just learn what the lecturer say, and I just fill out the exam. That I forgot. Don't, don't be like that. And you need to be more uh, thinkful. You need to be more creative. How to solve the problem. For example, let's say I give the example. Okay, the boss want to know. Okay, Fizi, how much this week for this container? Can you calculate for me? Just like that. So you need to resourceful lah. You need to go to search something to how do you be creative, how to get estimation for this week, for this all this for the shipment, because when you want to ship something go to overseas, so you need to know the weight. You need to you declare the weight to the custom, right? So be creative. What you have to learn, and maybe what you learn in the secondary school might be useful. For example, the density, you can know how much the weight, and all those things you can Google. All the information you can Google. Okay. So the second is be proactive. Okay, just like I mentioned before, when you first time see on the first day of the job, then just sit there and expect people be, hey, you do this. No, please be proactive. Asking, hey, what should I do for the month first start? And also read something. What is the company doing? So do some research. Okay. And the third one is be resourceful lah. So you need to have the skill how to get information by your own lah. For example, okay, your superior, okay, I give you this task, so please solve it. So you need to be resourceful lah. How you need to know what to ask, you need to know where to search, you need to know how to solve it. Maybe you can ask your friend also. There should be no problem. This is not the exam. You can ask. Okay? And I think the last one is make connection and be friendly with others. So for example, let's say you have the opportunity to go on site, you meet a lot of people, you meet your client, meet your contractor, subcontractor. So be friendly with them. As a fresh, ask them how much they experience. Asking them. Don't be shy. You are still learning. So when you get more information, you know something. So I can say if you do good at that time, so after 2 years, 3 years, you become like pro lah. So people will come to you, will ask you for advice. So even though you have the knowledge, share with the others, and also asking other people opinion. So you will learn more. And the more you think you have learned, the more you don't know. That's the phrase lah. So so is that answer your question?
Yes, sir. So that's all from us, sir. It was a wonderful interview we had today. Also, we have learned many things from you, sir. Thank you for taking so much time out of your busy schedule to be here today. We all wish you a great success in your career. And
Okay,
thank
good
you.
luck to all you. Okay, thank you.